The Forgotten Reel. In the quaint town of Eldridge, whispers of the past haunted the dusty streets and shadowy alleyways, especially when the October winds began to howl. The townsfolk spoke of a decrepit cinema, the Eldwake, that had long been swallowed by thickets of weeds and the weight of time. It was a relic of better days, a place that promised laughter and tears through the flickering screen. But it had also been home to something far more sinister, unaired movies that never saw the light of day. Legend had it that one reel, lost in the bowels of the Eldwake, contained a film too terrifying for audiences. The story went that during a midnight screening decades prior, audience members had fled the theater screaming, unable to comprehend the horror unfurling before their eyes on the screen. The film was said to show the audience a reality where their darkest fears came to life. To this day, no one dared to venture into the theater, and the building became a taboo topic among the youth, who would rather delve into their phones than explore an abandoned structure where nightmares lingered. But this year, when Halloween rolled around, curiosity sparked in a group of friends: Max, Clara, Evan, and Lily. Was the legend true? Could they put the fear of the Eldwake to rest? With flashlights in hand, the friends crept toward the cinema, the moonlight guiding their path as a chilling breeze danced through the air. "PSSH, it's just old wives' tales," Max scoffed, trying to encourage confidence in everyone as they pushed open the creaky door. It squealed in protest, as if warning them away. "Come on, guys. What's the worst that could happen?" Lily's heart fluttered in her chest as they stepped inside. The interior was suffocated by layers of dust, and the smell of mildew hung heavy in the air. Crumbling seats lay scattered like forgotten souls, and the remnants of faded neon lights flickered weakly, casting eerie shadows that danced along the walls. As they ventured deeper into the musty building, they came across the projection room, a dust-covered haven lined with forgotten reels and machines long abandoned. Among them, one film canister gleamed eerily under a shaft of moonlight that pierced the grimy windows. Its title, "Fear's Calling," was handwritten in frayed ink. "Should we watch it?" Clara asked, looking between her friends. Excitement mingled with dread in her voice. Max, ever the brave one, nodded. "We have to. We can't leave without knowing." With shaky hands, they set up an old projector found frozen in time beside the canister, using their phones for light. As the film whirred to life, all tension vanished, replaced by a palpable thrill of discovery. The screen flickered with grainy images, a black and white landscape eerily familiar, Eldridge itself. They were entranced, but as the film progressed, they realized something was off. Shadows moved independently, figures flickered in and out, their features twisted in fear. Every dark corner of Eldridge's streets was explored, revealing frightening realities. Voices echoed, whispers of their own fears pronounced out loud. Each frame grew increasingly disturbing, as if the film was reading their minds, exposing insecurities they'd kept buried deep. Suddenly, the projector stuttered to a halt, and the lights flickered before plunging them into darkness. A heavy air filled the room as an icy chill swept through, seeming to pull the very warmth from their bodies. "Max, did you turn it off?" Lily's voice wavered. "No, He hesitated, but then the reel burst back to life. The images had morphed into chaos. Faces of the friends contorted in apparent terror, shadows reaching out with claw-like fingers. Paranoia gripped them. "Get it off! Get it off!" Evan screamed, clutching his head as if trying to block out the horrific visions that flashed before him. "Stop, I can't watch," Clara cried, her heart racing as each frame revealed deeper fears: betrayal, loneliness, death. In that moment, they realized the horror of Fear's Calling wasn't just a story, it was a twisted, haunting reflection of their very souls. Suddenly, the projection stopped, the heavy silence enveloping them. The friends exchanged frantic glances as the shadows around them seemed to pulsate, as if alive. A feeling of dread hung over them, coiling like smoke. "Let's get out of here," Max shouted, racing for the exit, followed closely by the others. But as they turned to run, the air shifted. The theater's exit loomed larger with every hurried step they took, but also felt impossibly far away. The shadows writhed, and the familiar voices echoed once more, taunting, digging deeper into their fears. In their panic, they stumbled as the ground shifted beneath them. It felt as if the very theater conspired against them. The door slammed shut, heavy and unyielding. The darkness thickened, swallowing them whole. Days later, news rumbled through Eldridge: the cinema had burned down. No remains were ever found of the friends who sought to reveal the mysteries of the Eldwake. The townsfolk whispered of darker forces at play, while the remaining films in the projection booth were locked away forever. To this day, when the wind howls through the empty streets of Eldridge, the townsfolk believe it carries the echoes of their screams, a chilling reminder. Some films are best left unaired.